Okay, so first origami video in a while. I'm doing my first really official origami video where I'll be teaching folds. And in this one, basic folds, we'll be doing swivel, crimp, squash, sink, and the basic mountain and valley. So that's what I'm going to start off with. I've got a nice sheet of paper here, white on one side and teal on the other. And this will be the colored side. So I'll refer to it that way. It's the colored side. So first you've got are the two basic folds. There's one, the mountain fold, which is a mountain. So if you think about it, that would mean that it would be going, let's say we're facing straight on, like a mountain with the peak at the top. Or we could have a valley, which would be this way, the other way. So it looks like an actual valley. And that's how you fold it. So let's say we're folding a valley here. That's because we're folding the white side inwards. So if we were to have it in notation, actually, if you're reading a book, you might see it with a pen. I'll mark up this sheet up a bit. But a valley would have neat dashed lines going down the middle. And this would be the one side. So go ahead, do that quickly. And you'll see, and it'll simply be like this. Dashes going along. They might be a bit thinner than this, but simply this. Dashes. And that is a valley fold. But on the other side, you have a mountain fold, because, as you can see, it's still the mountain. So, this would not be that much different, but in a mountain fold, it happens to be a dash dot kind of pattern. And you'll see this in most books. It's actually very rare that you'll see anything else, but usually if it's something else, they'll notate it at the beginning of the book, that they're going to do that instead of the normal. But that's pretty unlikely, and that's how it looks. I just did it a lot bigger so you can see it in the video. So those are the two basic folds, mountain and valley. Then, what you get into are a lot of other things. So, first thing you might do is a rabbit ear. So a rabbit ear is kind of what it would look like. You're making a rabbit ear, which is pretty much a way to make a flap in origami. So let's say we'll be taking this, we make a, I don't know, how about here? We take this part and we fold it here along in one valley fold and bring that over and then do it here as well. What the rabbit ear right now is going to be a little flap right here on the corner. Once I make this one, it'll be from here to here. I'm also going to make that fold just to make it a bit simpler. So you can see what I just did was I made three folds. I made this fold right here running along to here. I made this fold here to here. And I made this fold here to here. And what this is going to do is if I push these together, you can see they're coming together like this, and flatten them. What just happened was I created here a rabbit ear. And this is a rabbit ear. It can go either way. You can fold it here, you can fold it here. Kind of flatten that out a bit. And that's a rabbit ear. And you can unfold that. And it's many different ways, but that's just the basic way. You could have it with maybe this much and kind of in this fashion, or really anyway, but that is a basic rabbit ear. And the next thing we'll get to is a swivel fold. And a swivel is what it sounds like. Usually they name them what they sound like. So let's make a fold down the middle, just a kind of a rough one like this, mountain fold. And the swivel is swiveling along a point. So for example, we're going to do on this point. Here's one fold I just made, and another one I'll make from the point we're swiveling on down to about here. And I'll fold it the other way, because it's a swivel, it has to go both ways for this paper to swivel. So what's happening is we've got the paper, and it's swiveling to the back, like this. And this is our swivel. Right here, it's actually two folds. It's a mountain and a valley. You can see this right here, this area right here is the swivel fold. And that would be a swivel. So, after that, what have we got? We've got sinks, actually. Let's do that. A sink is what it sounds like. You're sinking the paper into itself. So let's say I'm going to undo this, and I'm going to make one of the bases. My next video I'm hoping to put out maybe this weekend is going to be on origami bases. So you've got like bird base and frog base and basic bases, preliminary base. But right now I'm going to make the water bomb base just to show you this. And what else? Okay. So here we go. Just really rough right here. And you've got this right here at the top. This is getting a bit more complex than other folds because it's a series. So we're going to fold this down. Let's say we've got this flap up here, and we want to fold it inside the paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and you see we've got all these creases along. We've got one here, 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 and here. If you look at that. So I'm going to fold them all, actually, towards the center. This is called an open sink because we're opening the paper and closing it afterwards. So what I'm doing is I'm actually making the paper go along all these creases so that they're all mountain folds. You would notate it the same way as it is right here, like this. You would see it like this. But usually, so now that you've got all these folded in, we're going to push in the center point and push it in so that this center point is now down in the bottom. You can see once I've got those in, I'm going to go back along the other folds on the inside. And I've squashed that since it was so neat flattening it on the table. So now we've got, since it was not very neat, like I made these folds, these aren't very good, but you get the gist of it. You can see in here now that the point went in, this is now synced in, and that would be the open sink. Okay, back again. I am here with the closed sink. I actually did another cut, but it came out pretty terribly, so I'm going to redo this one with a different sheet of paper that's a bit less marked up than the other one. So I just did a mountain fold down the middle and did a swivel fold. Here I made one fold here and one fold here, and then I swivel that over and kind of flatten it out here. And now I've got this, which is going to be the closed sink I'm going to do. This is going to come out pretty well. So let's say I want it to come along this fold, and make that fold. Right here I want it to come out in this pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold one hand in this pocket, and the other hand on the outside, and pretty much push down this point so that it goes inside. And that's going to go in, and I'm going to reline all the creases just using my hands and guiding the paper so that they all go along the other sides. It's unlikely that you will be making this unless you're going to a bit more, at least intermediate in origami, if not complex origami. This is not used too much in origami nowadays. So, and that's it. So now it's folded in. You can see from this side that it's stuck in this pocket. It's coming out. So that's that. And the last thing I've got, I think I have the petal fold. So I'm going to do two folds now. I've got two things to do. I've got the squash fold and I've got the petal fold. So first I'm going to do the squash fold. I've got this flap here that I'm going to take, and I'm going to fold it down with the valley fold over to here. And I'm going to take this and actually fold it over again, just so this part's a bit easier, and show you what I'm going to do. The petal fold involves taking the paper and, not petal fold, the squash fold. This involves taking the paper and squashing it down. So I've got this flap here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up here, my two fingers, and see how I've got this big opening now, and I've got the two folds here and here, and I'm going to fold it down along that, and I'm squashing it down. It didn't come exactly to that because the dimensions weren't perfect, but it came pretty much to that. It was actually pretty good. And that was that fold. And then the next one, this is the petal fold. What you're going to do is you're going to, if you haven't done it that much, what you'll do first is you'll take one flap on the left side, fold it to the middle, actually, zoom in a bit so you can see better here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to fold it to the center. Let me mark that, actually. It's not that easy to see this close up. So we're folding it to this middle line. We're going to fold this edge to the middle line. So do that first. It's not exactly accurate, but it doesn't matter right now. We're just doing a tutorial. And this side as well. And once you've got them, unfold those. And then we're going to lift up this flap. And while lifting this flap, we're going to kind of push our fingers along here. See, that just came here, and we're going to, might be a bit easier actually, stop that, and fold a crease that starts at the point you just made here, at this one, from this fold, and it goes to this point, which is from this fold. So you've got 2 points here, and you're just going to finish the crease. Now you might usually do this with a bit neater style, as I've said before, but it's a video, it'll come out. And you're going to take the flap that you've got here from the squash, the top flap that you folded down from over here, and you're going to lift it up. And now what's going to happen is you're going to put your hand in and make sure that it's going along this line. You'll see the crease you just made, and it's going to fold up along that. And on the left side and the right side, you've got the folds you made. And since they're going this way, they're going to be going down already. And you push them along, and up here, you're going to turn this crease. This is a mountain fold, and so is actually out of, let's zoom back out. So you've got a mountain fold here that you made from this being down here. It's going to be reversed because it's upside down. So this is a mountain, this is a mountain right here. So you're going to reverse them, actually, back along themselves. It should go along if you kind of more guiding it into the valley fold. So you made that, and then you're just going to put it down and flatten it out, and that would be the petal fold. So we see that we went from here, down here, to up to here, and that will be the petal fold. And this is going to be used a lot, actually. This is one of the main things in the bird base, in the crane, actually, the origami crane. If you know about origami, that's what you do in origami. Really is not really what you do in origami, but the main original origami model that pretty much everyone knows about is the origami crane. So I'll probably teach that in a different video. But that's pretty much it for all the folds. Anything else, if I need to teach it, it's probably going to be in a bit more of a complex video, so I'll end up doing it in that video. But for now, everything that was shown here is pretty much what you're going to need for the rest of the videos I'll be teaching, and probably for the main part of your career, really, in origami, as an origamiist. So, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.